3, 2, 1. All right, guys, welcome to Rotten and the Freeman Show. Mr. Rotten, dude, it has been a bit since I've talked to you. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm well rested. It's been a long week, but it's Saturday, and my wife made me a little mixed drink, and so I'm tearing that up right now. Happy about it.
Hopefully there's some eggnog in that drink. What's in it?
It is. It's like vodka or fireball. It's fireball and eggnog on ice, and so
that's good.
It's pretty good.
I love some eggnog. But
I
want to talk to you, Rotten. Yeah. I want to talk to you, Rotten. You know, I didn't really grow up. I was an adult when the band Slipknot came out.
You came out an adult, covered in hair.
Yeah, it was before I had kids. But you know, it's a band that I've always liked. We recently went to see them in Greensboro, North Carolina. I took my oldest son to see them. We went to see Rage Against the Machine. I'm trying to get my kids to see bands that I saw growing up, trying to play catch up on things that I like. So Rage Against the Machine was the last big iconic thing we went to. But Slipknot, dude, is something that that has always been in my blood. I've always had a passion for them. I have some early stories of Slipknot. You know, before Slipknot come out, I was on Roadrunner's mailing list, and I was able to get their music early before they started Ozzfest. So, you know, and there's some drama going on with Slipknot. That's why I'm kind of talking about this.
There is.
But I got an early release of the album, like
a pre-release
Ozzfest,
album?
1999. Okay. Yeah. And it was in cassette form, and it just feels like it was ages ago. But me and my then girlfriend, now wife, Freeman mommy, we went to Ozzfest solely to see Slipknot back in 1999. And I think it was their second or third stop on the Ozzfest. So it was right in the beginning of the stardom of Slipknot. And we get there, and I'm trying to find whenever Slipknot's playing. They are playing first on the side stage. So we go over to the side stage, and there's Mr. Joey Jordison. And I'm like, man, Slipknot. And I pointed at him, and he waved me over, and he talked to me for a second. He's like, well, we're about to go on stage. Go watch the show. And then,
hold on a second. So you're standing there, and he's standing there, and you just walk up to him?
Yes. I kind of pointed because he had on the jumpsuit, and he kind of had his hat pulled up, his mask on top. So I went over and I said, man, I come for you guys, dude. I have your music early. And he's like, well, we're about to go on stage, go enjoy the show, and come back over here once the show is done. So we went and watched, and dude, they rocked it out, man. Totally rocked it out. And I'm
sure they had like 9 or 12 people on stage with them at the time.
Yeah, 9 people, man, just throwing down. And whenever the show was over, you know, I'm sure it was the first time people had ever heard Slipknot. I was lucky enough to get the music from Roadrunner Records. And after it was over, we went back over to the side, and Joey Jordison was standing there, and I was like, Joey, I was like, that was amazing. He's like, you really dug it. And I was like, man, I got to tell you something. I was like, I went to your brand new website, which was Slipknot 2 at the time, and it had all this extra motion, extra crazy stuff. The early days, really, of good websites.
Yeah, creative websites.
Very creative website. And I was like, dude, your website blows my mind. I was like, I know you guys had one. I think it was Slipknot 1, and this one's called Slipknot 2. And he's like, you really dig our website? And I was like, yes. And he was like, hold on a minute. And him and Wayne Static from Static X, which passed away a couple years after that, the guy with the big tall hair.
Yeah.
It was Joey Jordison, Wayne Static. He told us, said, come over here. I want you to tell somebody something. And Corey Taylor and Chris Freeman was over there, the guy with the long nose, and the singer for Slipknot. And Joey's like, tell him what you just told me. And I was like, you guys have the most bad A website that I've ever seen. I was like, you know, just the way things spun. It was, I don't know the word for it, but it was just a state-of-the-art website.
Right.
And Corey Taylor was standing there, and he was holding chloroseptic. And he kept pointing to his throat and said, can't talk. And he kept using chloroseptic. But Chris Freeman was like, I'm the guy that's doing the nose. And, you know, and they were like, you really like our website. And they were just blown away by it.
So did one of them make the website or something?
I think now I've learned that, like Craig and maybe Clown, you know, Craig's the guy with the spiked hair that does the sampling and stuff. Him and Clown done some website things back in the early days. But they were they could not get over that I enjoyed their website. Now, thinking of Slipknot now, it's hard to calibrate that this would probably never ever happen again. I mean,
if they would have been as excited now as they were back then.
Yeah, I mean, like now, I mean, they're just globally known, like Metallica and Slayer and all these other bands. But in the early days, they were like, man, we cannot believe that you dig our website. And I was like, I really dig Slipknot. I just dug the live show. I was like, I wish you guys like stickers. And they're like, man, we got stickers for you. They're like, you really dig our website. You really think it's a good thing. And I was like, man, it's pretty amazing.
Were you being honest, or were you just...
I was being honest. And it was weird because I brought it up, and now I see interviews of them now talking about the early days, how they were trying to be state of the art with the website and stuff. But they're like, man, come over to the bus. You like stickers? We got stickers for you. And they handed me a stack of stickers, which were like these black and white bumper stickers, like the old, gas station type bumper stickers. And it just said, they were black and said Slipknot in white. And they're like, here, man, we'll be happy to give you these. And they're like, man, just keep listening and keep being a fan. And I'm like, man, I was a fan before I came here. I came to Ozzfest to see you guys. And they were like, man, they were like, today is a good day for us. They're like, bands on the side stage have to play the main stage in rotation. And they're like, we really hated the main stage. So this was kind of our first experience on the side stage, and said, we don't want to be on the main stage. We want to be here on the side stage. But they threw down, dude. But they sit there and talk to me forever that day about... That's
amazing.
Me digging their website. Now, like I said, you think of Slipknot now, and there's such a global phenomenon, great band that people have raised their kids on. But I got to hang out with Slipknot, dude, in the very, very, very beginning of Ozzfest 1999.
They're kind of whittled down though, from what they were. And several people have been released from the band, and there's a lot of controversy over that. But this last release, it's really got me kind of, I don't want to say ticked off, but as a percussionist, I'm like, man, why would you, go in a different direction? And who's the replacement going to be?
Yeah. And see that they got, they pretty much got rid of Joey Jordison, the one that I was talking to, the first drummer. Yeah. For different reasons, and there was some sickness involved, whatever with that. And they brought on Jay Weinberg, which is Max Weinberg's son, which was is the drummer for Bruce Springsteen, the Born in the USA guy, the guy with the glasses. And he was also on Conan O'Brien. And there's pictures of when Slipknot was on Conan O'Brien, that Jay Weinberg, whenever he was a little kid, was there backstage hanging out with him, dressed up like Corey Taylor of Slipknot, because he was such a huge fan. And then, 10 years later into the band of Slipknot, being a national act.
Now he's part of the band.
Jay Weinberg joined the band. But recently a couple years ago, they got rid of Chris Fiend, the guy with the long nose. He claimed that the singer and that it just wasn't level pay. That, that a couple of people got paid more.
Yeah,
he got paid less. And it was a big ordeal. And people kind of frowned on both sides. Is it him whining? Is it the band? This, that, and the other. And then a couple months ago, they got rid of Craig, which was the sampler guy with the spikes coming out of his head. And he was replaced by still an unknown source. They haven't named him. He's been replaced by a guy, but they haven't released who it is.
Estepario is my pick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for the new drummer?
Yeah.
But when Craig was released, people were questioning, that they put a post out, we're releasing Craig, doing the sampling and stuff. And they deleted that post. And then a couple of weeks ago, they released a post that said that they were releasing Jay Weinberg, which I think filled the shoes of Joey Jordison good. Said that they were going to release him for creative differences and try to move. And they're always evolving. And then Jay released a week later a post that said that he was blindsided and heartbroken, and that he had no clue that this was coming.
I've seen a lot of people
about it, man.
I am too. I've seen a lot of people that have left or been released from Slipknot have said that it's a toxic work environment. And when they say work environment, it makes me wonder how much of a corporation-esque the band is. And so I did a little bit more digging, and people do say that Slipknot originally was supposed to be focused around the icon, the artwork and the imagery of it and stuff like that. And they have the ability to be like a Vegas type show. I was texting you the other day, you know, I probably see them on Vegas. They'll probably have their own show, but I kind of feel where they're coming from, because they all say that the lead singer and like one or two other people are such a tight clique. They will try people out for a few years and then let them go. You know?
But 10 years in the band and then, you know, blindside somebody. Then they released a post about Jay Weinberg. Then it was deleted. So I don't want to see the band go anywhere. I'm kind of aggravated at some of their decisions, but I'm not in the band. But, you know, a lot of people say that, you know, the fans don't have nothing to, you know, they have no word in what the band does, but, you know, the fans do pay the bills.
They do. And end. I bet they could probably make whatever decision they make. They're going to sell out every show either way. They can do whatever they want, because people are going there for that feeling. You know, it's like it's an event. It's a life event. You go. I've seen two shows of Slipknot, and the second show I tried to sneak backstage with my buddy Red, and it didn't work out too good.
You got to talk about their website, man.
But we tried. Yeah. Next time I'll let Red know. We'll talk about their website. Maybe get backstage.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet story.
But you know, through thick and thin, I love Slipknot. I've said a lot of harsh things about Jay Weinberg being gone. You know, Jay and his wife Chloe are huge Disney fans, and you know us. We live in North Carolina, but like Disney last year,
freaks, dude,
I went to Disney like 8 times last year. We always get season passes to there in Universal, and a couple times we've been. The time before last, we went. Jay Weinberg was at Universal, staying at the hotel next to us, and they were posting pictures from the pool. And I told Freeman, I was like, I'd really love to go over there and just
How far away were you from that pool?
Walking distance, probably a quarter of a mile.
Oh man, he was right there.
Yeah. And he was posting pictures all through the parks and stuff. So I was trying to see him in the parks and never did. And then I saw them at the pool. But out of respect of them being on vacation, I was like, you know what? If I bump into them, I would love it. But I'm not just going over there just to get, hassle them. Because when you stay in the Universal Studio Resort, you can swim at any of the pools. So really, I could have walked over there.
You should have went. Now I think you probably have to stand in line either way, because if he posts that online, I mean, there's going to be more fans than just you there for Slipknot. So I would have gone probably.
But he's known. There's been twice that we've been to Disney, and Jay Weinberg's been there. I've yet to meet him, but hopefully one day, whenever we're walking around the park, we will pass him. You know, you see celebrities at Disney all the time in pictures, but when you're at Disney, ain't no telling who I've walked past. It's just hard, you just can't look at everybody past. A lot of times I walk around with my head down. But but Slipknot, man, hopefully they figure things out. Hopefully they make the replacement good. But I do think that Jay Weinberg being exited from the band is a bad decision. You know, Joey Jordison, he used to do these drum rolls like he had a spectacle style, the way that he played. Even if you look at his warm-up videos, I mean, him doing drum rolls was so, was so
very
balanced,
calculated,
very calculated, but the was perfect at all times.
30 seconds.
Yeah, but I think Jay, Jay he would tour around playing the music. He would do these drum clinics in costume, doing Slipknot stuff. I mean, he was 110% on board. I really think it's what Slipknot needed.
So what do you think he's going to do next? If he's not with Slipknot, what?
I don't know.
He doing
he listens. That was his father. His father was doing the Weinberg thing. I mean, Max Weinberg was on the Conan show, but Jay is into a lot of music that I am, like Neurosis, Converge, and he does a lot of drum sampling stuff for stuff like that. But it's no matter who you go to, it's going to be hard to. I feel bad for him because he's used to playing all these festivals and stadiums and
big
stuff.
shows, yeah.
So it's going to be hard to join a band at that caliber.
Yeah,
and even Joey Jordison, joined bands that were just like club bands.
Yeah, he should start up the new Static X.
Oh yeah. And Yeah, with actually Static X is touring around, but it looks like some robot looking dude. You know, he's in costume and stuff.
Right.
But
he should be inside
Wayne
the new
Static was
X
a really nice guy to us that day. Also, I did want to mention that
Aquanet hairspray.
Well, dude, it was up. It was up as high as it could be, and he signed some stuff that I got from my cousin that he actually cherishes now. But wow, Slipknot, cool. I hope you make good decisions. I hope you keep your future bright.
I hope so. And I hope
I want Jay back in the band, man. Everything was perfect, man. Everything was perfect. So hopefully they know what they're doing.
Who's your replacement pick then?
Jay Weinberg. I want him to be back in the band. He
might be too heartbroken.
Yeah, the Spanish guy.
Would he go back if they asked him to go back? You think?
I don't know, man.
I
don't think it'll happen. I think that I don't know. Hopefully, there's not too much rock star in Slipknot, and hopefully they're still humble like they were whenever I talked to them about their website.
Yeah, a toxic work environment that's no bueno, man. I can't work in that. So I would go back if I was him.
Yeah. So that's our take on Slipknot. Maybe we'll do a show in the future once they name a new drummer. But thank you guys for listening to Rotten and the Freeman Show. Please tell all your friends about us. Please like the thing, click the bell,
subscribe.
We're kind of new. We're both new to YouTube, so we're trying to figure things out as we go. But we do want to thank the people that have subbed now, and please sub if you see this. We beg of you. But Mr. Rotten, man, where can people find you?
People can find me on X. I'm at Eddie Rotten and at Rotten Freeman. Please go join me there and find me on Facebook too. Eddie Rotten on Facebook. Please do. Please do.
Yep. And you can find me everywhere at Freeman Daddy 5 and Sean Freeman, SHAWN FREEMAN on Facebook. Thank you guys so much for listening to Rotten and the Freeman Show.
Yeah.
Come on, Slipknot.